gentlemen, Christopher Greene here. Waikiki. There is a little surfing competition in honor of Duke occurring right now. Maybe my dad can comment on that in a minute. And we are out here in beautiful Waikiki, one of the best places on earth, including Maui. And again, I want to commend all of you. Hearts and prayers. I'll be back on the ground in Maui very, very soon, cutting more checks. Our massive donation drive, because of you, has raised near $120,000 for families in need. And this is money going directly into the hands of people that lost their homes, lost everything. The massive devastation that we've seen in Maui. But Maui will become, and it'll come back stronger than it ever has before. The people on all these islands, but Maui in particular, love each other. The community organization that we've seen, it's actually the locals on the ground and the people that came and are coming still to the aid of the devastation. Also, we've had some awesome, amazing updates as part of islandproject.com. We're going to talk about that as well. Myself and Papa John just went under contract. A massive, massive win in Waikiki. Location, location, location. As we build out our project portfolio, and you're seeing it right now. You're seeing a sneak peek of this amazing 2-bedroom, 2-bath in the best location in the world. You've got this dramatic deck. You've got, of course, my dad, Vice President John Greene. And I also want to show you some of the surfers behind me. And you can also see Epic Diamond Head sneaking out. And this is the point of this video, is the disruption that is coming we already knew about. We're seeing natural events. We're seeing wildfires. We're seeing economic collapse, massive inflation. Why do you think the island project was built? It was literally built for what just happened in Maui. It is built for the economic disaster ahead. It is built for the dollar collapse. And we're going to talk about that a little bit, because digital currencies are now guaranteed and they're being greenlit in the United States. Who's been introducing ETFs recently and buying Bitcoin? BlackRock, Fidelity, Charles Schwab. So this is what I think a lot of people aren't seeing right now, is myself included. We've been focused on what happened in Maui. But we also have to look at the bigger picture here of what they're going to do next. This is a global reset into the new normal. And what's coming will be even more devastating, economically, financially, spiritually, for a lot of you out there if you're not prepared and you're not organizing now. So we always come with the solution, ladies and gentlemen. 1,000 freaking X to the moon. Islandproject.com. We're going to talk about that, and also some thoughts about the world economy and a whole lot more. But first off, Father, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Papa John here. Good to be with everybody today. And as Chris mentioned, very, very excited that we were able to execute on Island Project property purchase number 2. So that gives us flagship Maui number 1 and a great flagship property number 2 here in beautiful Waikiki. So I need to shake Christopher's hand. We did it. 1,000X.
Absolutely. No, very, very exciting, and congratulations to all of our members. And I encourage you, call my dad. Call or text us today after this video. 808-442-2934. 808-442-2934. Get our spec sheet. Now, the amazing beauty of this acquisition, which I'll be revealing a whole heck of a lot more details. If you want more details, call us. Okay, we just put out a huge newsletter to our member investors congratulating everybody yesterday. But this is an income play. So not only is this an incredible store of value to get your money out of the banks, again, because what's going to happen, folks? More banking collapses, more inflation. Look how confusing the economy is right now. Like, you look at the stock market, it's confusing. Look at real estate, hasn't come down at all, especially in key locations like Waikiki, which is why we are here, to buy that value, extract that value. And what's amazing about this place is it commands, 1,000, 2,000 plus daily rents. It's vacation zoned, which means we can rent it daily. So not only does it provide some use as a reward, and we're opening up properties on both islands very, very soon. Another reason to call us, to get invested, to become a part of what we're doing. The first project in the world to tokenize this premier trophy asset of real estate and do it the right way. It's of our top concern that Maui is rebuilt with integrity. Why do you think we're there? That Oahu isn't taken over by these giant faceless corporations. So we're really the inverse to that. We're fighting the resistance. And I encourage all of you to be very, very strong. I encourage all of you to vote with your wallets. I encourage all of you to pray. You know, the victory comes in Christ, and we have so many amazing people from around the world helping us with what we're doing. One of them is even in town and has been on the ground in Maui, staying at hostels, helping people, distribute food, document what's going on the ground. I mean, these are the types of people that are a part of what we're doing. So we commend all of you. Tell us what's going on just in Waikiki, just to get some lighthearted news out there. But so it's a surfing competition for the famous Duke.
Well,
what's
I'm
going
not,
on?
look, first off, disclaimer, I'm not 100% sure, but every year we have Duke's Ocean Fest. So Duke Kimanoku, I'm not going to pronounce it right, but Duke was the famous Hawaiian swimmer back early 1900s, maybe more like 1930s, I think it is, and I'm probably going to screw this up a little bit.
Yeah, but he won the gold medal.
He won the gold medal in the Olympics, basically kind of put Hawaii on the map, and that was before jet travel. So I think when Duke originally had to go to the mainland to compete in some of these AAU swimming contests, he had to take the ship over. Guy was natural talent. He was super raw, but he ended up winning the Olympic gold, and he pretty much just ran away with it. But right out here now, this is in honor of him, if it is in fact Duke's Ocean Fest.
Okay.
But they have it every year, and it's a waterman's sporting event.
Yeah, there was actually a huge tribute paddle out even a couple days ago for Maui. So we're also seeing the other islands, and I did stress this in our newsletter. For those of you that don't know Maui, don't know Hawaii, don't know Oahu, Honolulu, Buia, thou well, you know, Lahaina is a very important part of Maui, obviously. It's historic. The whole thing is a massive tragedy. You know, it's terrible what's happened, but it is a small part of Maui. So the rest of West Maui is completely intact. Kaanapali, all the way up, you know, through Kahana to Kapalua, continue going northbound. South Maui, fully functioning, all the hotel, all the beachfront. So it's really, you know, a very localized natural disaster, and it is going to take years. You know, I'm not a fan of President Biden, but he was out yesterday, and even himself was saying, yeah, it's going to take years. It's going to take years, and there's going to be a massive reconstruction effort. I'm confident, honestly, Maui's going to come back stronger than ever. We've even seen this with other tragedies. You know, we saw it with the COVID lockdowns. What happened to real estate? It went straight up. 2008-09, you should have bought as much real estate as you possibly could get your hands on. 9/11, you should have bought the real estate. It's rebuilt. Yeah. So, you know, it's a terrible event, and tragedies do occur, and definitely that cannot be understated. And the people of Maui need all of our support and continued commitment. But that's kind of what I'm saying, is that we assure that here at the Island Project, that we're committed to you and we're committed to the islands of Hawaii. We've had 3 generations here on both islands. So we're so excited with what we're doing with the project. Also, I'm tokenizing very, very soon. For those of you, let's go to some of the basics. A lot of people don't know how to get invested with the first tokenized real estate project in the world. And by the way, this is how you can actually help Maui. Help us rebuild it. Help us rebuild it with integrity. Vote with your wallet. Click the link below. Deposit $30K today. We accept ACH, wire, crypto, and a whole heck of a lot more. But we're tokenizing this project, so there's only ever 33,500 units. It is a fixed supply. Our member investors can never be diluted. So when you buy Island Project today, when you get in today, you will never be diluted, and you become an instant founder in the founders round. Now, this whole portfolio of 10 to 12 properties here in Oahu and Maui will be tokenized. When I tokenize, there's going to be a multiplier of tokens given to you. Now, you have to read my intent, my financial disclaimers, etc. I'm not a financial advisor. I have to say that. But let's say you own 30 units, 30,000 shares. You get 10x, let's say. Okay, and these numbers will be released soon as a part of the multiplier of the tokens. That's in addition to your investment over here. So you can see as we tokenize and go public on exchanges, you know, Coinbase, Gemini, those are some of my favorites. Decentralized exchanges. You see how easily it is for tokens to be launched on Uniswap. What we're doing is completely different. This is the biggest liquidity event that you have ever seen. And it is all backed by a real asset with cash flows and income, like what we're showing you right here.
So you can have the confidence and the peace of mind that you're with a winning team, but at the end of the year, you get a W-9 statement, you've got cash coming in, you've got capital gains and liquidity after 3 years. There is a 3-year holding period. I tell everybody, if you can't do that, you shouldn't invest in real estate. I mean, Warren Buffett will tell you to your face, if you can't hold a stock for longer than 10 years, you shouldn't be investing. So real estate, as we see a focus on that now, and we see how it's become unaffordable, especially in these key areas, we have democratized this ownership opportunity for the first time in history. Not a timeshare, folks. It is true, real, fractional ownership with all of the benefits, plus an outstanding tokenized community. This has never been done before. So if you want to get in on the action, notice that last year in July, by the way, we just had our 1-year anniversary, my man. 1 year, 2 properties down, massive flagship in Maui, 3 structures. We're moving full speed ahead with that development. Massive condo, dude, like, check this out, guys. Check this, it does not get any better. This is what we're buying. You can touch your asset, okay? This has never been done. And so this really is a radical opportunity, but what I was gonna say is that in July, we launched. And we launched in July during the bear market of crypto. And why did we do that? I remember calling you because that's when you build. Yeah. And it's the same thing now. So you will miss our tokenization is what I'm saying. You will miss getting in. Because once we close the funding round at 33.5 million, which is fixed, there will never ever be another founder. It's just like when XRP launched. You know, I'm a large investor in XRP. I own Bitcoin, all this stuff. I wasn't, in on XRP with the CEO. I like Brad Garlinghouse, all these figures, spoken with these guys. I've been in the same room with these guys. I've traveled, Singapore, been on stages. Okay, I wasn't privy to get in. Well, through that experience and that process and the learning experience, I was thinking to myself, well, what if I could bring my own audience, get them in on the ground floor, make them rich? Why not do that? Why only allow certain people to be in on it? Why would I only allow my dad, myself, and one other investor to buy all these properties? And I've explained it before, that's great. It would make a lot of money, but it doesn't change the world. It doesn't empower people. We are the army and troops on the ground. Islandproject.com. When you become a member, you wear that emblem. You wear that badassness. You wear those diamond nuts. Like I always say. That is massive. That is our strength. And so this community, which is a faith-based ecosystem as well, is exploding. No pun intended. But I think there's beauty in the reversion of these tragedies that we've seen, that the wildfire of freedom here at AMTV and islandproject.com is taking off like a freaking rocket, and we're taking negatives and turning them into positives. If you're giving lemons in your life, make freaking lemonade and 1000x it. Go to the freaking moon, because it ain't going to get easier. Job losses, AI, big tech, all that's going, away to a certain degree. You've got to pivot, leverage, and profit. Take advantage of the opportunities. Get ahead of these corporations that will be fading my father and I in our community and copycatting us in the future. But they're not going to be able to do it. No one can do what we're doing right now, especially with the tokenization. You will not find a single other investment that is tokenizing the underlying real estate project that targets trophy assets that's also decentralizing worldwide. We're not going to be finished with just the islands. I'll let my dad speak here in a minute. I'm getting incensed and passionate today, as you can tell, because time is limited and time is short for your action, to march with your feet. But once we've built out our 12 to 15 outstanding properties on both islands, we're going to other locations as well. Island Project Thailand, opening soon. Opening soon. Island Project Fiji, opening soon. Island Project Ski Lodge, wherever our members want to go. Wyoming, could be land in Texas. Okay, you're going to need geographical diversification and decentralized communities to build yourself up for the success that you're going to need to survive and weather the economic storms and the challenges ahead that I believe can be seized as massive opportunities for all of you tuning in. So from the bottom of my heart, and I'm going to let my dad speak here, I promise, call us. 808-442-2934. 808-442-2934. I'll include all this in a minute after the video. Execute on your units now. If you're a member, ball up. DCA. Add more units while you still can. Because when I come on camera in a couple days and I announce the closing of the funding round, you're going to think to yourself, I missed it. And then you're going to watch my tokenization launch go 1,000x. You're going to see many people become millionaires. Not financial advice. You're going to see that happen. You're going to be like, I missed it again. Chris told me about Bitcoin, but I didn't invest. I missed it. Chris told me about XRP. I didn't invest. I missed it. Now he's running his own project. Don't miss it. Become the baller for light, for truth, for liberty, for cash flows, for capital appreciation and tokenization. Mic drop. Mic drop. Papa John here. Magnum.
All right. I love, hey, by the way, I love you guys. I'm just going to start by saying we got so many great investors. We've got investors from 27 states, from 7 different countries. It's the power of the platform. We're pulling people from all over the world. For those of you that don't know, what is the Island Project? It's true, democratized fractional ownership of marquee Hawaii real estate that provides operating income, some use of the property portfolio. We're not anything like a timeshare, but all of our investors will get to touch and use the property portfolio. And it's going to be married with this big future tokenization event that Christopher is speaking about. So nobody can get more excited than he is, although I'm a close second, and I'm a big believer. It's been a little over a year. Honestly, it took 3 or 4 years to get to the point where we launched, sunk a lot of capital into this. I think you all need to know that now that we have the property in Maui, our flagship property #1, we have a flagship property here in Oahu, and we've been stalking this one, guys. We've been circling this one. We were finally able to execute on it. Things are going to go faster. Mm-hmm. Okay, the money's coming in faster. You're going to see more properties added to the portfolio faster. And I'm heartbroken about Maui. I've got a long time association with Maui, lived there for many years. And I've been to Lahaina town 1,000 times. My first trip to Maui was in 1974. And one of my first places I went was Lahaina town, and I love it. So our heart goes out to Maui and Lahaina town, and everybody's kind of bleeding a little bit because of that. But we do want you to know that that's not going to stop us. Our business plan is still intact. Lahaina is going to get rebuilt. It's going to take a lot longer to rebuild the broken hearts and souls of all the people there. But we're trying to help as much as we can with that as well. Christopher has started a wonderful fundraiser. I don't know where we're at, but we're well over $100,000. And he's about ready to get that in the hands of the people that...
Yeah, more of them. Checks have already been cut, but more checks are being cut.
That really need it. And I think maybe that's a beautiful thing about the Island Project going forward as well, is even though we're building out this great project, the charitable giving part of it needs to be a part of everything that we do. So
yeah, it is a part of everything we do. It's a big part of our mission statement, is to tie to the community with every transaction that we complete. And also, too, just to point out, there is no bank debt with our project. So you guys have to understand that, too. I mean, our whole ethos for our member investors is to pull your capital out of the banks. #1, inflation. #2, bank runs. There's like 7 banks across, in the international spectrum that went to zero over the last couple of weeks, which I predicted, by the way, online. It was laughed at. First Republic Bank, 0. Credit Suisse, 0. The list goes on and on. So this isn't going to stop. And these disruptions and these tragedies and the economic tragedy and the financial collapse isn't going to stop. The mainstream media and Joe Biden, the president, are going to move on to the next story next week. So what I'm telling you is we're not moving on to the next story. Is what my dad is telling you is our hearts are broken. But we're the fighters. We're the Muhammad Ali champions. We're going to be out there on your behalf along with you. And #1, do the right thing. #2, help the people. Yeah. But #3, come with strength. It is easy, ladies and gentlemen, to be a critic out there. It is much more difficult to lead. The critics judge the leaders and watch them. So I encourage you to be a leader. What we're doing is so epic. I mean, we've already got our eyes on property #3, active negotiations on that. And I saw a comment here, too, just a couple of minutes ago, because a lot of people still don't know. So do we get dividends? Yes, you do. Buying the property portfolio for income isn't the #1 reason people buy our portfolio. They're buying it for a number of reasons. Capital appreciation, tokenization, but also income is a really excellent feature. So at the end of the year, today when you buy, let's say you come in with 100 shares, 100K,
Okay, you're issued a W-9, you fill it out just like any other investment. You can buy, let's say you did buy a timeshare at the Marriott, which we're not. You're not getting payments, dude. You're not getting a dividend, okay? You lose all the features of massive capital appreciation. There is no tokenization. Like, it's completely different from that. But my point is the Marriott does issue private placements.
Yeah.
Right, they do this. Like, this is what we issued, filed with regulators in July. Like, we do everything by the book. As my dad said, we mapped this out really for 3 years before we launched. When I figured out this is a massive disruptive opportunity, the number one opportunity in blockchain, ladies and gentlemen, is real estate. We're a real proof of concept. So a random token, as you see, can drop to zero, but ours can't because it's backed by an actual real estate portfolio. Like, you do understand that. $33.5 million in rapidly appreciation of a hard asset real estate investment that can never go to zero. Yeah. Even if all the banks collapse, you'll have your money in Island Project and it'll be secured for you.
We all own it. We all own it, guys. So it is true fractional ownership. There's no bank debt. We take the $33.5 million, we buy property with it. We're all owners. We're all fractional owners. You have 100% equity in proportion to your investment. So whatever investment you make, you have equity in the Island Project. You are an owner, and you're also going to be able to touch and use the property portfolio. I think it's important to note too that our driving goal is to create capital appreciation, build a great portfolio, provide operating income distributions, some use of the portfolio, and then that huge tokenization event. But about 75 to 80% of the time, we're gonna create operating income for the portfolio. So the portfolio is gonna be rented out to third parties. The rest of that time, that 20 to 25% of the time, is gonna be reserved for our investor members. We're gonna have a matrix available, so you're gonna be able to book at a huge discount to what the normal rack rate would be. But since we're all owners, we are gonna pay something to stay at the properties, but about 20 to 25% of that time is going to be reserved for all of our fractional owners.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people out there, including myself, I mean, where do you think my money is? This is a problem I had to solve. Looking at, number one, how to diversify, where are the opportunities in the economic disruption ahead. A lot of people are worried about inflation. Like, inflation hasn't stopped since the COVID lockdowns. It's only gone sky high. None of this disruption has stopped. People, have been talking for years. Well, real estate, must decline. None of it's declined. What's happening with rates rising now, nobody can afford real estate. And the supply is shrinking because people can't replace their mortgage payments. So they're not moving. And what's different about our project, it's not middle America. Like, I'm not saying middle America can't drop 30%. And anything could happen. If there's opportunities and prices drop 30%, we're gonna buy 10 more places tomorrow and buy that freaking dip to the moon. But it's different what we're doing because these are trophy assets. Our place in Maui, our mega retreat flagship, is only going to go up. That place is worth over $30 million plus, in my opinion, right now. $30 plus million right now. This condo that we just bought, it's worth a lot of money. And that's not going to change because these best assets that are beachfront, that are right on the beach, and all I have to do is take my surfboard out right now and I can go freaking hang 10, it's never going to go out of style. They can never build a building in front of us. People from all over, there are tens of thousands of people on the beach right now. There is massive commerce occurring right now. People are spending all kinds of crazy money. I haven't seen it stop, and it's because of the inflation. As the US government continues to print more debt and screw the American people, they price you out of the real assets. We've opened an opportunity to buy that real asset, so you don't need $10 million to go buy the home. Jeff Bezos, $60 million in Maui. Oprah Winfrey, she's probably invested $100 million in Maui. Can you compete with her? Yeah, you can now with Island Project. Get in. $30K minimum to get in. Plus we're tokenizing it. So this is a real world problem that's not going to go away. And I've even, heard people tell me, well, Chris, I just think prices are going to go down. Well, they haven't. They haven't because, in my opinion, all of this was designed for a reason, for a wealth transfer. It even stems back to 2008-09 and 2001 when George W. Bush told us to spend all of our money and take our kids to Disneyland. Yeah. This is about a collapse of your currency and a reset they called the new normal into a new system, which is a digital dollar that's launching very soon, that MIT and all these, they've already been rolling all this stuff out, and you're gonna see it internationalize, and it's gonna lower levels of freedom and liberty internationally and worldwide. And honestly, it's gonna be the worst thing that I think we've ever seen. We're moving to a cashless society. Why do you think we own real estate? Because I'm thinking I got to get my money out of the banks. I mean, if it tells us in the Bible we can't buy or sell, you better control your own asset. So if you're a Christian out there, or you're a believer or non-believer alike, isn't it nice to know you control your own investment? When the bank run occurs at a bank like Credit Suisse, your account gets closed and the ATM don't work. But with our diversified portfolio of real estate, your cash is safe. And it's making money, and it's diversified, and there's international diversification in the future, and it's being digitized, which is huge with the tokenization, which is the future. Everything's going to be tokenized. You'll be able to buy John Greene tokens in the future, Chris Greene tokens in the future. When you step into a cab, you'll be able to buy micro shares of Uber if you like it. $5, you can instantly buy it with liquidity. The whole model of this system, especially with artificial intelligence, what you're seeing with ChatGPT and the radical invention of blockchain technology, none of this is going to stop. It's just going to leave a lot of people behind, and it's creating more of a gap that we haven't seen before. The rich are going to get richer. I'm just telling you to join the winning team. Money isn't the most important thing in life, but changing the world is. And what we're doing, well, we're going to make a lot of money, obviously, but it's about changing the world as well and doing something positive, being the grand slam for liberty and believers out there, and providing safe harbor to go out and dominate, because we got God on our back, which means we're all victorious already, and we win, and we are winning. How many other people are you watching right now doing anything? Honestly, there's a lot of people commenting. You know, they got their trap moving around. That's easy to do. That's easy to complain. Easy to. I could post a video right now, get 100,000 views, tell you about economic collapse and how the world is ending, and then offer no solutions. There's like 100,000 people out there doing that every single day. What's your solution, bro? So we're the real ballers. We're the real winners. We're the guys actually with a plan that's being implemented, and that is implemented in a lot of disruption, implemented in chaos. You see us back down? No, we never back down. So if you want to know where the fighters are and the people with heart and the people that win, it all starts with a mindset. I always say, think and grow Bitcoin rich, think and grow Island Project rich. It all starts here. It all starts with the heart, a winning attitude, never giving up, a strategy, a business plan. We bring multiple generations. I'm so lucky to have my father, number one, as a partner, as a mentor, as somebody that I trust and love, helping me to guide this ship that we're all on. I mean,
Thank you.
This is 100% winning all the way, man. Like, I love you, dude. Like, my dad is the man.
Right back at you. And I tell you, we love everybody that's followed us, been a part of his platform. Believe in us, believe in Christopher. He is offering solutions. And for all you people that maybe don't think you can afford real estate, you're missing out. The whole world is running away from you. This is an opportunity. It's a real opportunity for $30,000 to buy a piece of the rock. It's true fractional ownership, guys. We're going to make this great, and it's kind of our mantra to be the good guys too. So call me, 808-442-2934. We can have a private call. I can give you more information. We have a lot of documents that I can send you, show you our flagship properties. We have newsletters, but this is a very big, real deal, and part of this video is to let everybody know that our business plan is intact after the Lahaina events. Our hearts are broken, but we're more positive than ever. We're going to do everything we can to help the people of Lahaina. And I would say this too, there's 8 islands, Hawaiian Islands. Lahaina is a very small, little, special sliver. As heartbreaking as it is, being around life quite a while, I know the world goes on, and we all have to pick it up and mourn for Lahaina and respect Lahaina. But I would encourage everybody too that's maybe you've heard don't come to Hawaii. I would say just the opposite. Don't stop your life. Hawaii needs you to come over here. Maui needs you to come over. Maui's a big island, okay? We can be respectful of Lahaina, but still support the island of Maui. So,
yeah,
absolutely. Love all you guys.
Yeah, I love you guys too. No, those are really wise words. And ask for what you want in life too. For those of you who don't know, some of you have told me, Christopher, I don't have the 30K yet, but I can get it. You know who you are. I've worked with you. You're now members of the project, and you crush through your 30 units. So a great way to start If you want to take a positive action today, but you can't afford the 30K, is get into my club, islandprojectclub.com, and schedule a call with me. I got a lot of calls coming out over the next couple of days. Schedule a consultation. We can talk about anything. Okay, how to get your money out of the banks, where I see the opportunities, things I can't say on camera. DCA in. I've had a lot of you do this from all over the world. So start asking for what you want. If you don't ask for your own success, if you don't ask for the things, greatness and winning in these, you'll never get it. A lot of you are failing to ask for what you want and then put in the action that's going to be necessary with the discipline and the work ethic that is needed to succeed. And I'll throw it out there too, because again, it's easy to just tell you about these stories and not give any solutions, which is the opposite of what we're doing. I'm already reading, and there's intelligence coming out that the masks are coming back, that the travel restrictions are coming back, that you're not even going to be allowed to go to Europe, folks, without filling out a full itinerary and giving your biometric information and your health data. Do you think any of this is going to get easier? It's not. It's not. We already know all this. Why do you think the Island Project Digital Noah's Ark is being built? Because we're fighting against this system that I don't like and providing an alternative, just like alternative media. I was at the forefront of that. Now you got Tucker Carlson copying me. I like Tucker Carlson, but isn't it convenient now that he's, filling the vacuum of alternative? Well, yeah, after I've been doing it for 17 years, but I commend him. He's doing a fantastic job. But my point is, we're always ahead of the curve. Islandproject.com is ahead of the curve, and it's very simple, plain vanilla to understand. So you're telling me, Christopher, I own the best beachfront real estate in the world? Yes, you do. And you're telling me there's no bank debt? Yes. And you're telling me there's diversification? Yes. And you're telling me that there's income generation? Yes. And you're telling me it protects me from a banking economic collapse? Yes. You're also telling me it's tokenized and it potentially could go 1,000x? And that's in addition to everything else you're doing? Yes. You're telling me you follow Jesus, the truth, and the light? Yes. You're telling me that you're the winner? Yes, we are. Again, I came on camera years ago, told you to buy Bitcoin under 1,000. That's a fact. I told you about social media and e-commerce when I started in 2008, in 2009. That's a fact. I started alternative media television before it was popular. And people said, well, that couldn't be done. You'll never make any money. Went on to make millions of dollars. Fact. And what I'm telling you now is also a fact. I'm basically a time traveler now coming back from the future, giving you the opportunity, presenting this video, if you've been with us this long, where you can take an action step right now, almost like you're Back to the Future, the movie, by clicking the link below and calling 808-442-2934. You can also fill an app. If you want to get in right now, just do it digitally. You don't even need to call us. Absolutely. Go to islandproject.com and explain to them. They fill out a 5-minute app in the members tab. You press a button at the end of this video, 30 units, 100 units, 50 units. If you're a current member, you can DCA again. It comes in, gives us a tickle. Okay, I get a call. I go in, review, because I vet all of our members. And if you're lucky to get in, I'll sign it. Yeah. And then you hit fund, and you fund it with crypto, Bitcoin, ETH. We prefer crypto if you guys want to do that, or cash, wire, ACH, even credit card options. If you want to split it up because you're in a rock and a hard place right now, but you want to get in and stabilize in a real asset before our funding round closes, do it.
Absolutely. You go to the website, go to islandproject.com. Click on Buy Now or Membership. That takes you to Dealmaker. You fill out an app, you fill out an agreement, you sign it, you can fund it. Like Chris said, we get tickles. We know when you've funded. We know when you've signed. We'll pick up the phone, call you, answer any questions you might have. But it's very easy to do that. You can come in outside of the investor portal. Just give me a call. We'll get you in the old-fashioned way. We take a lot of IRA money, okay, and we take that in. We can guide you on that. That comes in usually through preferred trust or equity trust. We have about 40 to 50% of the funds that come into the Island Project. People are just peeling off a portion of their IRA money. And usually once they do that, they add to it. Some of our original investors came in at 30. They're now at 300,000 after they can see what we're doing. So that's very typical, but easy to do, guys. It's true fractional ownership. It's really pretty unbelievable what we're doing, and it's the power of the platform, power of Chris Greene, and we're here to make it great and be the good guys.
Yeah, this is a prep for economic financial disaster and the digital currency new normal reset. This is why we've designed this. I just saw a comment, a gentleman said he moved his IRA over into crypto years ago, best decision of his life. Like one of the reasons why we're so successful, you know how many millionaires and decamillionaires I have as a part of BitcoinRich.com? Like again, founder and creator of that. How many people made a ton of money? The people that we know intimately, like Brad is one of them, one of our biggest investors.
They're in the Island Project.
Well, they're in the Island Project because they're obviously following the winning trend. And also, too, I'll just comment, you guys should still be prepping. I mean, this is an economic financial prep. Get your money out of the bank. What we're doing is revolutionary technologically, et cetera. But, you know, my preps came in very handy, by the way, and people have, you know, always criticized that, too. When are you ever going to need all your preps, Chris? Well, frankly, when Lahaina blew up, all my preps were coming out. The bug out bags came out, okay? None of the Teslas in my neighborhood worked. They were all sitting in their garage, stranding people, okay? I had food, water, solar. I had my radios, hand cranks, okay? I had some ability to get a cell call to my dad, and we were able to actually, you know, protect our family in a storm. You know, just like Noah was laughed at, and then the rain comes and there's a giant flood and it's only his family on the yacht. Well, what we're building again is an ark for all of you, not just us. But I encourage you to also stay very vigilant out there and stay prepped, not just with your finances, but on the physical side as well. There's wildfires raging in Canada. It's barely getting any attention right now because the focus has been on Maui. These disasters, there's flooding in Dodger Stadium was flooded to the brim. So it's also feeding into this climate narrative because you know what's coming next, climate lockdowns, guys. I mean, it's just one thing after another. They're going to keep coming hard, which is why we've got to come harder. And we have to be the strength along with you to not back down. Don't let these people win. If you're in Maui, just like my father said, patronize at the very least the south side and the northwest side of the islands that are working. Go over there, spend your money. You want to help people get their income back? Book a trip on a catamaran and take your kids and buy a t-shirt and go to the local businesses and spend your money now. That's the positive,
absolutely. Man. Don't cancel your trip to Hawaii. Reorganize it. Don't let your travel agent tell you it's not a good time to go. It's still a great time to go, but respect Lahaina. You may not want to go to the west side. You may want to stick with the south and the rest of Maui. We have other islands, but the last thing you should be doing, I think, is canceling your trip. Have your travel agent or yourself rearrange your trip. You're going to help the islands.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's great advice. We're seeing other business owners outside of ourselves also comment on this. Yes, there's a mourning, grieving process that we're all going through, so we don't discount that. But look, the whole economy in Maui and all the islands is tourism-based. It's also real estate-based. So if that goes away,
absolutely,
that's not going to be a good thing. So if you want to help people, actually help the Maui fire victims, consider a donation and consider spending your money. And consider supporting the winning team here, actually fighting back for truth, for light, for liberty, for love.
Absolutely.
We love you guys. We're going to end it there because we've been going too long in the tooth. We've got another meeting coming up, more properties to see. If you want a quick spec sheet on what we just bought, call my father and get in. His number, 808-442-2934. Reserve your spot on this beautiful day, and I'll show you images later today with another video of the massive surfing competition we got going down. And act, pray, be the winners, be the good guys, keep your head up, stay motivated, don't get depressed, don't fall and succumb to all the negative videos that you probably watch after this. Get on the forefront, on the positive side of this, and come hard with the solution and the winning team. John Greene, Christopher Greene, we love you. Can't wait to see you in Honolulu Booyah soon. Can't wait to see you in Maui Booyah soon as we rebuild and we do amazing, great things, not just here, but worldwide for all of you tuning in. God bless.
Love you guys.
Love you.